Savis, 2 years, my
Yeah.
friend. That's been a long time. I miss you.
I miss you too.
Well, you dropped out of my book and we don't talk, you don't write anymore, but thank you for taking my call the other day. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come back out and talk to you. Again, I won't waste your time like I told you. I told you that I don't do internet, but I do mobile, and you gave me a thumbs up and said, if you do mobile, come talk to me. You know, more and more people are wanting to do things from the palm of their hand.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I sleep with mine as my alarm clock. I wake up in the morning, I run with it. You can't tell by looking at me, but I tell you, there's not much I don't do with that phone. I mean, I take it everywhere except the shower. With that being said, what are you doing right now for your business to expose yourself on that device?
Just, you know, I do all my whole business on my phone. I'm always on my phone. I'm using my apps to promote my business on Facebook and whatnot, and Twitter and stuff like that. So I'm always on my phone. So when you say mobile, you got my attention.
Good. So what we do is we actually partnered up with a company that was the first to bring banner ads to mobile devices. It's called UpSnap. Great company. They have a 10-year track history. They've been representing McDonald's and Home Depot and Sears, State Farm, Allstate, Best Buy. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So obviously they know what they're doing. Now, when I told my wife about it, you know what she told me? I hate banner ads. They're horrible.
Okay.
Have you seen banner ads? Or do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when she told me that, you know what I said? That's great news. You want to know why? Because if people are seeing those banner ads, even if they hate them, they're recognizing that they're there. So that's exciting to me because we're changing the dynamics a little bit. A lot of times when people hate them, it's because they're national, they're not always relevant. So imagine if I could make it local and somewhat relevant to your needs. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
Imagine if your favorite restaurant here in town, remember you still go to that Castelli's place,
Yeah.
don't you? Italian food, I knew it. So imagine if in that banner ad you seen a Castelli's Italian cafe pop up and it was a buy one, get one free. Would that get your interest?
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Well, now if you've seen Hertz truck rental, that probably wouldn't do a whole lot. Big difference, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we do. We sell banner ads on mobile devices. We actually build a banner ad similar to this. There's actually 4 little things: a logo, illustration, headline, and call to action. When you click on it, it takes you to a landing page. Now the cool part is the bad part for you is I won't send it to your website, because if I had a perfect customer that was ready to buy, because most people on mobile are ready to do it now and they want it local, I don't want to send them to your website where they're going to browse. I want them to take immediate action now. So I got a banner, I got a landing page. And by the way, I almost forgot, 9 out of 10 mobile sites or websites are not mobile friendly, right? Yours is because you're savvy, but a lot of them aren't. So can you kind of see where I'm going with
Absolutely.
this? So there's a couple other choices. You have a couple buttons that I'll put on there. Tap to call, tap for an appointment. That's the same thing. It doesn't go to a scheduler. It just calls you. Tap for directions. Have you ever been on your mobile device and said, "Can we use your current location?" And you said yes. It gives you turn-by-turn directions. The last thing is you can do click for coupon or tap for coupon. Man, I don't know about you, but 70% of Americans are using coupons, and online are a lot more popular. Now imagine on mobile, right? Okay, so that's kind of our plan, or that's what we do with the banner ads. I want to tell you how the dynamics work. It's a lot different than the internet. It's pretty simple though. When you're on a mobile device, 67% of the time when you're on a mobile device, you're inside of an app. And I think you agree with me, right?
Of course.
Because you do the social media, you're usually on your phone, or you're not on your browser, right?
No, it's too slow.
You're in your app, maybe?
My app, yeah.
Okay, all right. More convenient, faster, easier. So when you're on their app, we actually utilize apps for multiple different reasons. One, the majority of the time spent on those phones are in apps. But the second reason why is that when they're in an app, they can only be on a smartphone, and that gives us good data. Every smartphone, believe it or not, has location services built into it, so it lets third-party vendors know exactly where you're at, when you're there, and how long you're there for. Not to mention, it also keeps track of a lot of your search queries. So anything that you're looking for, maybe possibly need, so on and so forth, right? Pretty cool?
Pretty scary.
All right, pretty scary, but I'm not the guy stealing your identity.
Okay.
I'm just utilizing technology.
Okay, good to
So
know.
I want to give you a scenario of how this program works. Basically, there's a program, and it's you get 20,000 banner ads per month for $100 a month. Whenever I mention mobile, they're like, I can't afford it. And I go, let me tell you how much it is first. So what we do is I'm going to tell you a little story. I'm going to print 20,000 business cards for you every single month. I'm only going to pass them out around your business from a 5 to 60 mile radius. I'm only going to pass them out when you're open. You tell me when you're going to be there to answer the phone. Otherwise, I'm not going to pass them out, because then when people call you, you don't answer, it's no good. I'm going to pass them out to people that either maybe suggested that they need your service or somewhat relevant to what your needs are as a business, because I'm going to have that banner ad targeted for your type of customers, correct?
Right.
I'm going to make the biggest commitment to you. I'll never pass it out to the same business more than once per month, or the same residence or whatever. The same person, never more than once per month.
Okay.
So the banners, back to the banners, I'm only going to populate them when you're open. I'm going to only populate them within a 5 to 60 mile radius around your business. You tell me, because it's all about local. I'm only going to populate them to people that either shown a need, wanted it, or see that banner that's targeted for what you want and they click on it. I'm going to only populate them to unique cell phones only. So unique eyeballs only. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do that every month. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to back it up every month and give you an analytics report that tells you how many banners were populated, how many people clicked from the banner to the landing page, how many calls, appointments, directions, maybe a coupon, so on and so forth. Anytime you want to change a banner ad, you can change it. Like I was telling you earlier, it costs $25 to do.
Okay.
Small fee to change it. You can go from air conditioning to heating, plumbing to sewer, whatever you want. Takes about 8 to 10 days to do that. Besides that, I mean, it's a pretty wonderful product.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on it? Do you like it?
So what's the limit on it?
Well, the limit, you can do as many as you want. What I'd like to do is suggest that you start out with maybe 1 or 2 of them. Maybe we do one for plumbing and we do one for water heaters.
Yeah.
We track it, we see how it does. Yeah, we track it and see how it does. Let me prove it to you when you get your analytics. I ask you to do me a favor. Make sure that you do an internal tracking, so that way when people call, you got to ask on your intake form, are you finding us on mobile? The other thing I want to tell you is you're not going to get rich, you're not going to retire, you're not going to sell the business over this, because it's the cheapest spend on mobile. But before I do that, I already know the answer to this question because I've been dealing with you for too long, but I'm going to ask you again just to cover us, so that way your expectations are where they need to be. If 10 people called you today, out of those 10, how many would actually come in and do business with you? What's your conversion rate, your closing rate?
At least 3 of them would.
So 3? I think it's more like 5, because you're not that bad. If you're that bad, we need to sharpen your selling skill. 5, so half. If those 10 people walked in your door and all did business with you, would it be fair to say that the average customer would spend about $100?
Oh, more than that.
Let's go with the 100.
Okay.
So if I got you 7 calls a month, and that would mean that you would have, out of those, you would only get like 3 of them, right?
Right.
At $100 a month, that's $300. It cost you $100. Is that a good ROI?
It's a really good ROI.
I want to make sure you keep hold of that, because this isn't a get-rich scheme. It's not a quick deal. It's an invite to advertise your business on the world's most popular device. Last thing I'm going to leave you at, this is something big. If you start looking for your banner ads and you don't see them, I don't want you to panic. This isn't designed for you to see it. This is designed for everyone else to see this banner ad. But you not seeing it doesn't mean it's not working, but that's why I want you to look and pay close attention to your analytics that I give you every month, and then your internal tracking. That way to prove it to you. Because it's not visible doesn't mean it's not working. Because there's so many people on mobile, it's going to probably be hard. It's like a needle in a haystack.
Right, okay.
But at the same time, it's very effective. So, are you in?
I'm in.
All right, sounds good.
1 for each.